Arkansas in the red, Alabama wearing the white. This is Moses starting 5 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alex Reese makes his first start of the year in place of the injured Jordan Bruner. He's going to be out for about 3 to 6 weeks. You saw the meniscus injury in those opening high. Arkansas lead 1 minute in.
Yeah, Herb Jones is accustomed to playing through injury. Last year he played with a club on his head.
7. That's how far back you have to go. With the Tide 5-0 to start league play.
In a game against Alabama, you must take pride in your one-on-one defense and guard the ball because the help is occupied with all the shooters.
You of Herb Jones's presence on the floor for Alabama.
Rarely is your glue guy also your best player, but that's Herb Jones. He does everything for this team. But again, I was really impressed with them at Rupp Arena the other night when he went down, as opposed to last season. They were so fragile from a toughness standpoint last year. When Herb Jones was not in the lineup, grown up, they've added some new pieces, and they've taken on more of Herb Jones' personality.
By the way, you heard Alyssa and the gang joking, rightfully so, about the pace of this one and the amount of points we may see. These two.
Connor Vanover, see if he gets in the rotation, because Alabama is the 5th fastest in terms of pace in the country, which makes it a challenge for big men.
The Arkansas center has a tender left hand, of course, injuring the ring finger on Tuesday inside Rupp Arena.
And that's just something you can't do against Alabama. Such a fast team, you must protect the ball better. Something Arkansas had trouble with last game against LSU.
Almost a little too casual of a pace from the Hawks. It's not mincing words there. Weighted vests and making sure there was a message sent in practice after the rough loss on Wednesday.
Well, again, I think well received. If you have a veteran ball club that you know that was just an anomaly and it was an off night.
40-6 at one point in the first half. Nothing really went well in that opening period in Baton Rouge.
And LSU as a team, they want to punk you. They want to bully you. They want to flex after tough putbacks in the paint. And that's exactly what they did to Arkansas. And so, again, I applaud Coach Musselman for not taking the easy way out and saying, look, we're not going to allow that under his watch.
Arkansas just 1 of 7 from the field to start.
Came in prepared to do all the dirty work. And it's the rest of his game that's become more polished. Green and white, Javon Quinterly has checked in the game after an absence with his medical condition, so the Tide just keep getting better.
What do we want to be this year? The accountability was coursing through the locker room. Since then, 6-0. As you're hearing something like that,
yeah, everybody wants to see how am I going to be used, you know, and there's not a player out there that doesn't like to play fast. Kevin.
Arkansas has to stop the bleeding at some point. This is Moses Moody.
Kevin, that starts with them.
Cut off by Jones.
They've got to get a shot. I mean, they've had 7 turnovers, only 9 field goal attempts compared to Alabama's 16.
Tate watches it roll out. Jalen Williams, who's been a good offensive rebounder, got his hand on it, but instead it's a 4-on-2. Petty spots up. Moses Moody told us he's just businesslike in his pursuit of being the best player on this team. Ellis. Sills twisting. Arkansas just 2 of 12 from the field, looking for some sort of an offensive spark, and another turnover. That's the 9th for the Hogs. Petty, drive and kick. Shackelford spots up. Petty with the offensive board. He wants it. Got another. 4 offensive rebounds for the Tide. And right now, displaying all of the effort. Sills can't quiet the run. A one-and-done possession again for Arkansas. Ellis to Jones. He's fouled.
This is Alabama in the half court, the last possession. It's about driving in. Here's Petty. He's able to jump in the air on a pass. You shouldn't do that typically, but if you know where your teammate's going to be, he's got the hammer pass on the left side. Shackelford's going to miss, but again, long rebound opportunity. Petty's just like, all right, this is a layup for me. I'm a much more complete player and most likely a first-team All-SECer.
Moody.
Good news, bad news. Your freshman's leading you on the road. A winless Auburn team at the time, and just goes to show what a difference one player can make, especially at the point guard position.
Maybe today. J.D. Note. Arkansas needs.
That's not a good thing, obviously. Justin Smith with the only other point, which came very early.
Foul a moment ago was on Ethan Henderson, so Alabama inbounding underneath the hoop. Here's Petty. A lot of room in the air. Falling out of it anytime soon. 11 points for Petty. Meanwhile, Note, head fake and drive. Wide open lane. He did that double pump, and that didn't help him.
Started
an
with
open
an
look into a
aggressive,
contested one.
Yeah, out of control closeout by Petty, but he did his job of running him off the three-point.
TC play, the best in the league. 39% from deep in the league play. A vast improvement from that non-conference play. And Moody is fouled on the triple.
Got to give him a place to land here as Moody, the only bright spot, trying to keep Alabama in it. Get yourself to the free throw line, but number 13 pick in the NBA draft, and you don't see any type of backtrack on this team. In fact, they've gotten better. When they get consecutive stops, Arkansas just unable to put together a string of makes on the other end. Arkansas
down 16. It feels like it could be worse considering the turnovers that have been woeful in this first half. Note for three, short. And he bounced it to Gary underneath. Moody has 14. When I think Memphis, Tennessee, I think some of the world-class surfers in
the smile that fun, so not the most fun trip.
Yeah, the key is just winning the first game, I guess. Got to get a win.
Level of confidence that this Alabama team has from last year when Arkansas was playing them to today.
Alabama with the huge lead. Florida and Mississippi State playing right now. Remember, the studio crew will have all that breakdown for you coming up.
And so much confidence.
3 rebounds, a block. Nate Oates said he might be gone for a while. He plays the next game. Moody with the 14 of the 19 points. Shackelford and Petty have combined for 21. Moody, Go Davis. Nice backdoor cut there. You tried to warn me that I should have taken the over in that game. Just a lot.
As the defender, he can just switch off and guard Moses Moody, or he can guard your big man, and that's what Alabama did.
There is Moody. Dials it up, and that's good.
Boy,
Moody with his 4th 20-point game of the year.
He's such a spectacular shooter. You almost don't give his three-point shooting enough credit because he's a 3-level scorer. He can do it from mid-range. He does it around the basket. But make no mistake about it, this guy, if the locker room starts looking at Moses Moody more as their alpha dog, and I don't know the kid's personality necessarily, but they're going to start looking for him a lot more on the off year. One of the most underrated defenders in the country, who's defending extremely well at the NBA level right now. Mason Jones was such a pest on the ball, could get you those pick-6 type plays.
Forces the turnover. Quinterly with that signature finger roll as Alabama back ahead by 22. Arkansas.
See, that's just a football school. You know, they can't support, the SEC teams can't support basketball. Yes, they can. Now, you better put a good product out there or they're not going to show up. Unlike stream, the cohesion and the team mindset is, I think, what really separates Nate Oates' team versus many of the past.
When you start to measure out the ingredients to success in this recipe for Alabama, yes, you've got the big brand, the football school, the power, the national championships. But then you also have the style of play that Nate Oates has brought.
Their game, there's going to be great parties all night long. You look at some of these other SEC schools with a struggling football. You know what?
We see Nate Oates go with the checkered Sanderson-style jacket at times last year. I get everybody's dressed down this year, but
yeah, he's going to have to bring that back.
Now Shackelford. Alabama on the attack again. Petty for the record. That's good.
What an accomplishment. You think about the number of terrific players and shooters that have played for Alabama. And the top of that, will say, he better watch out, because it's not like Nate Oates isn't going to recruit some more shoot ball within the offense as opposed to forced random three-point attempts. step up in Bruner's absence, and you're right, he's given them some really solid minutes in this game.
Tate leaves it short. New 20 for Arkansas. Moody can't connect. Yeah, somewhere Jordan Bruner's going, hey, don't make it look too easy without me, guys. Here's Petty.
To keep playing as hard as you can because Alabama's not letting up.
Moody is turning into a star.
Yeah, he's got that in his bag. Mid-range, fake spin, fade away.
And you're right, those numbers or those rankings will improve come Monday. Jackson misfires from deep. Primo, no. Ambrose Hilton, no. Moody spins.
Past week.
Musselman, the former Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings head man. It's the 10th ranked Vols. What really shined about Arkansas then?
Their balance and their depth on the offense then, but they also can't just say, all right, and then the offense will take care of itself if we can get better on the defensive side of the ball.
Moody. Moody